Hello there guys, it's Vexnoid here, and today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on the tools, so these basic tools. We're going to start off with the move tool, which basically just you can move stuff around. So say we've got this layer 1 selected apart from the background, we can just move it freely. Hold shift, it will snap it. So say it's here, if you hold shift and move it to the right, then it will keep to that line on the right, and you can move it to the right, and same goes for up, and same goes for diagonal. So we'll keep to the line. Just that. The Marquee Tool, there's four different types. Keyboard shortcuts just M for that. There's different types here. So the single row, single column, which will just select a single pixel from each of the column or row. Then there's the rectangular and the elliptical, which are the most common ones. The rectangular, you can just select something. So say I just want to select his head. Then use the move tool to just move it away and, I don't know, put it in another image like the skyline here. Then Control D to deselect any selections. Same with full selections. Control D or Command D if you're on a Mac. Then the lasso tool, the keyboard shortcut's just L, or the Polygon lasso tool. Both of these are good. Lasso tool basically makes a selection. So say you just want to cut around his head. It's good if you've got a steady hand and can draw freely with a mouse, unlike me, who does a very bad job of it. And that'll just automatically create a selection, so that selection I can move around freely, just like that. I can cut out his tie or something. So the Polygon lasso tool, instead of it being freehand like the other one, it's like clicks, so it will make an actual shape with straight sides. So say I just want to cut around his tie or something, then I'll do this. He has goosebumps. I'll just do this, like so. Up here, I could do this much more accurately, but because it's a tutorial, I won't. So there we go. Oh, connect that up, and then that'll create a selection, and we've got his tie. Put his tie in here or something. So that's the Polygon selection tool. Let's just get rid of that. Okay. Now the next tool is the quick selection tool, which is just W for a keyboard shortcut. The quick selection tool, you can just, I think it does it by color. So it will select the pixels according to the color of it. So this is a blue background. It knows this is blue and this is like a dark brown, so it will separate that. The better the contrast in the colors, the better this will work. So say I can try and get his eyes. If you want to know how to make it bigger or smaller, it's the square bracket keys. Left one makes it smaller, right one makes it bigger. So if I go here, it will select the circle in his eyes. Let's try and actually select his whole eye. Be harder, but yeah, but you can see the general idea. You can select the whole of this background, just like that. Quick as that, it's so simple to use. Not as accurate as some things, but there we go. Now we've just got rid of that blue, click delete. And there we go, you can see David Cameron cut out, not very accurately because of course there's stuff at the bit of the top here, but not bad. Next on the list we have the crop tool, which shortcut is C. It's pretty self-explanatory, it just crops the image. You may have seen it in other things. You can hold shift to keep the aspect ratio. So it will, if you can do this just freely, just without holding anything. But if you hold shift, it will keep to the aspect ratio of this image. So the actual size. So there we go. It'll be the same ratio of the sides, and yeah, that's that. You can also hold Alt to do it from the middle, so everything will be centered around the origin point, like that. Then we can just crop that and get rid of a bit of the background. Press enter and it will complete the crop. So that's the crop tool. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm sure you've seen that on other stuff. Eyedropper tool, which is keyboard shortcut is I. What this does is selects the color. So as you can see here, I've got this blue, which I got from here. So as you can see, I'm just dragging it down and the foreground colour is changing. This background's pretty much, it's lighter down here than it is up here, so you'll notice a difference in that. So when his skin colour, the foreground colour has changed to that again. His hair colour, it's dark brown slash goes a bit black here because of the light. His teeth colour, so I can do that. Easy way to get colours. His tie, that's a really good way. Now his brush tool, the brush tool, as you can see I've got a really weird shape. I don't quite know why I've got that on, but let's just go to a general circle. Now the size can be adjusted in the same way as the quick selection tool, but with the square bracket keys. So again, bigger, to make it bigger, use the right one. To make it smaller, use the left. Then you can just colour in as you would like with any brush tool. It's very simple tool to use. I'm just going to colour in all of his face and his head. So I've just coloured that in. Simple, pretty easy to use. It's not a very difficult tool. Now another thing is the hardness. A soft brush, as you'll notice, let's get a better colour that shows up better, so let's get black. It's really soft, like the edges are really, it's kind of hard to explain, but you can get what I mean. It's more like spread out, whereas this is a really defined line with the hardness on 100%. Put the hardness on 100%, then it's a very defined line, and you can do very precise things with it instead of having it spread out. So yeah, I don't even know what that is, but wherever it is, it looks weird. Now next up we have the eraser tool. Keyboard shortcut is E. You can just erase stuff from the image. Again, square brackets to adjust the size, and the hardness can be adjusted as well. Like the brush tool, pretty simple to use. Opacity up here you can change to 100% or down to say 12%. It's really faint and distinct, it's very subtle basically. Let's go back up to here. Now, the gradient tool, I think it's G, yep. So you've got different gradients, foreground to transparent, foreground to background, black to white. You can make your own presets. So say I'll make my own preset. I usually use this a lot, a dark grey going to black. I use this for a lot of backgrounds. There we go. And then the most common ones are linear and radial, but you can also use this one, angle, reflected, and diamond gradient. Never used them before, but these are the most common ones you're going to use. When I make thumbnails, I usually do a background like this, so I'll do 1290 by 1080, then go from roughly the center, drag out to the corner, and there we go. It's kind of hard to tell actually. Let's make this a bit lighter. Let's make it like that. Oh, that's why it's on linear. So I use radial most of the time to create this effect. So it's got the blue here and the black. So the further you drag it out, the more the background color will show up. Whereas like this, it'll be more of the black that will show up. So I'd usually use that for a backdrop, for a thumbnail or something, different colors maybe. And then there's the linear one, which is very linear. As you can see, it's very it's like a wipe. It goes from side. Basically, it's just linear. If you hold shift, then it will keep the line straight, diagonal, right, left, up, all of them. Whereas you can just do it freely if you don't hold shift. So that's pretty simple. Now you got the burn tool or the dodge tool. Dodge and burn. Dodge basically will make the image lighter slightly. So as you can see, I'm making this lighter. Let's put a shine on his forehead. I've probably done a bit too much. Then let's say use the burn tool. Does the opposite, makes it darker. So let's make his underneath his chin a bit darker here. So it looks more. It's a very subtle difference, but if we do it on the background, you can definitely see what it does. It will darken the image. So yep, that doesn't look very good. It looks like it's really grey. But let's use this skyline for example. Let's make this build. Let's make this see a bit dark around here. It's hard to tell. It makes very subtle differences. But yeah, as you can see, it's just making things darker a bit. There we go. So yeah, let's just undo all of that. And as you can see, that made a difference. So now the next tool we have, let's get rid of all of this. The next tool we have is the pen tool. Now I love this tool. You can use it to cut out things, and it uses curved lines as well. So you can use curved lines to cut out stuff easier. So I'm just going to demonstrate cutting out this head. Let's just do the whole of his head. It's easier to zoom in quite a lot, so you can just cut around his head really precisely. And if it comes to a curve, like I'll show you now, so say this is slightly curved, you just press it and then drag it to make the curve curved, make the line curved. Now when you do that, it automatically sticks to like a shape. So say I do that and then I want to have it go straight up, it will carry on the line to make it look natural. Now the way to get around that is to hold Alt and click on the point. So let's just demonstrate this. There we go, it'll go to there. If we click on the point and hold Alt, it'll go straight up. So that's a very handy tip to know. I benefit from that a lot. So I'll just continue cutting out this head. So there we go, I've just cut out his head. Now as you can see, this will make a path. So you won't do anything with this, but what you can do is right click, stroke path. For instance, that will just create a brush stroke on the path, and just press delete to get rid of the path. So like that, or in this case we want to make a selection. Click make a selection, right click and make selection, or you can just go up here and click selection. I suggest setting the feather radius to 1 pixel, and ta-da, this head is now selected. We can move it and it's much more accurate than the quick selection tool, more precise. There we go. I mean, I didn't go around all the hair because that would take quite a long time. There are other ways to sort that. And there we go, we just put his head in the skyline, very nice. Now the last tool we're going to look at is the horizontal type tool. You can use a vertical type tool as well, but that's pretty self-explanatory. It's just the other way around, just vertical. So you select it and you just click on the image, select your fonts. I like Bebas New. I like this font, it's alright, it's not amazing, but just say we'll just write David Cameron. There we go. Control T to free transform it and make it bigger. There we go. Looks a bit plain, boring. So of course you can use the colours and make the size bigger, just like here. All your general tools, centralness or not. Let's make it red. So we've got red text. Now I don't personally like using that editing text tool. These up here, I find them quite annoying. They're not very good. So what I do to edit my text is right click on the layer, blending options, and then up here gives you a whole set of options to do. So you can add a drop shadow, change your distance. I won't go into this in much detail, but you'll get the general idea. You can have a fiddle around with it. Gradient overlay, let's use this. It looks a bit ugly, but hey ho. There's also preset styles, and you can download styles. So there we go, these are all layer styles that you can use to edit text. We'll just stick with this for now. It goes with the background. We'll put it on his forehead. Yeah, why not? So that's done. That's the text. So that's pretty much it. There's also this rounded rectangle tool. rectangle tool, you can use all of these. They're pretty much just how you make general shapes. So I'm not going to go into that. You can have a fiddle around with that yourself. And thanks for watching this tutorial. Hope it's helped really, and hope you liked it. So if you have liked it, then please leave a like rating. It does help me out a lot. So thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye.